anyone but Bryce Young. My issue is Bryce Young. He's that guy that falls into, yes, he is incredibly talented. He's just too small. Like Bryce Young at 5'10", 180, running a QB sneak in week one makes me laugh. Like, think about this kid trying to run a QB sneak. It just ain't going to work. He's just not built for this league. So I like Bryce Young as a second-round pick. What we're seeing today is Bryce Young's probably going to go second pick overall. So that's one of those I'm probably going to, if Bryce Young works out, I'm going to look like an idiot. I got years of weight on him. Bryce Young's not going to come in the NFL and light it up. He's going to take a couple years. You need to put on body weight. So to me, CJ should be number one. I got Anthony Richardson as number two, and then I got Bryce as number three. So, not surprising that an NFL team wants to take Bryce Young or Anthony Richardson. I just think the upside of Anthony Richardson is so much higher. It's who cares what a guy can do in year one, year two. I talk all the time about that. You're never going to really find a Mahomes type guy who can come in his first year and take a team all the way far in the playoffs. It just doesn't happen in the NFL. So to me, I just like the upside of Richardson compared to Bryce Young.
Maria, can I say something?
Please, by all means.
Number one, what Simon said is really interesting because CJ Stroud won't have anyone to throw to. And so that is the same argument about how Josh Allen got so good, is once he had Stephon Diggs, he went from being a good athlete with a promising arm who couldn't hit a receiver to being a guy who was much more accurate and is a top 2 quarterback in the NFL because he all of a sudden had a guy who made him look better. So now we will see with Justin Fields, can DJ Moore do the same thing for him? Number two, and we'll get that, and that will be the same path that we will probably see with CJ Stroud. Number two, Simon's point that you don't care about what a guy does in year one or year two is preposterous. You have to know what you're getting into a guy in the second year because you need to know, am I going to want to re-sign this guy? How am I managing the salary cap? Who am I going to bring in? Because my window to win now is with a guy who is on a good rookie quarterback contract. And that's me.
Are you done? Okay. Because I feel like you're contradicting yourself just a little bit because.
Oh, no, I'm not.
Because again, Simon said that a lot of times you don't see the true power of what the quarterback can do until maybe year 2 or 3, and you get.
I'm glad someone's listening.
Because that's kind of the trouble with this draft process all around is teams are so desperate for quarterbacks that they're going to pick them way too high because they need them, but then you're getting drafted to teams that are horrible. And unless you are like a Mahomes, which was mentioned, or like a Joe Burrow, where you can step on the field and just make an immediate difference, like chances are that quarterback is going to struggle.
I can't believe it took about a month for you to turn on me and side with
Unbelievable. Now, I'm just being the casual observer. I am unbiased here. This is objective. Both making very good points, but I think you actually might be agreeing more than you think or more than you normally do. But let's move on here. I want to dive a little deeper into the 3rd overall pick because the Cardinals don't need to pick a quarterback. Simon, what are you hearing and what's your approach to betting with this pick?
Well, it just seems like, unlike most years, by now we kind of do know exactly who will be the top couple of picks, and we're just seeing a lot of shuffling around. So we all assume it's CJ, right? CJ's up to minus 300 in most books now to be the first pick. We're assuming it's going to be Bryce Young, the second pick with Houston. It seems like the ownership is the ones that are making the pick there, and they like Bryce Young the most. They think he's the most ready. The interesting part about this 3rd pick is, like you just said, Arizona doesn't need it. Now, it's crazy to think this, but all of a sudden you look in the AFC South, everyone's looking up at the Jaguars. The Jaguars have a young quarterback in Trevor Lawrence. So we're kind of seeing all these teams get really, really aggressive for their next piece. So we already have Houston in the 2 spot. That 3 spot now we're hearing it might be Tennessee. Who are they jumping? The Colts. So I don't know if we've ever had this in a division before with all these 3 different teams in the same division, all fighting over 3 different quarterbacks. That's what might be happening here. So to me, you can get 230 plus 230 right now at Tennessee to take Anthony Richardson at that 3rd pick. I like that value. If you just want to instead just do his pick them straight up, if you want to go Tennessee to take him, I think it's minus 180 for him to be the 3rd pick overall. but you can bet Tennessee will trade up to make that pick. We've seen Tennessee now at every pro day. We saw Vrabel talk about it. He really liked this QB class, and I don't think they really think Tannehill is the answer, right? They had the 1 seed. They gave opportunity to Tannehill at home as the 1 seed. He blew it against that Bengals team. So I think they're in a position now of, okay, we'll have a stopgap year and Anthony Richardson. We can go with Tannehill this upcoming season. So to me, it makes sense now. We're hearing all the rumors of this 3rd overall pick going to Tennessee. Another team you wouldn't be shocked to sneak in there is the Raiders. They have Jimmy G, another good quarterback to take over for this year. They're plus 430 to have that 3rd pick overall. So it is interesting, all the rumors and drama we're hearing. For me, I think Tennessee's the play. I think in that division, they want to get young. That's a nice spot for them to trade up, get the quarterback of the future in that position, and have Tannehill take it for the year. So plus 230 right now. That's my bet for the 3rd pick overall is the Tennessee Titans.